Hey guys, okay, so I've been doing a lot of energy work and sorry, that's why the videos are kind of lesser now. I always forget that when I'm helping other people, I need to help myself. I end up sleepy in bed for days, like, why do I feel so tired? It's because you're gonna experience this too. This is why I want to talk about this. As you start to heal and realize your calling might be helping other people, right? Even so be it just a conversation or say someone pops by and they need you to have tea or go for a walk. You're doing energy work, especially if you're noticing that people are reaching out to you a lot more. And something I want to remind you, you need to take care of yourself. This is just a quick tidbit before I start the real video. You need to take care of yourself. You need to call your energy back. You need to listen to videos to help recall the bits of you, because words, thoughts, visits, going for a simple walk out in the park and someone just so happens to have a soul that needs help in that day, you're going to leave a piece of you, because that's what your subconscious is wanting to do now. Your subconscious is wanting to help people, right? So keep that in mind. I've had a lot of people comment and message me like, Paige, I don't feel good. And I think I'm just going to make a general video and let you know. It's because you're not calling your energy back. Yes, you're out there doing good, you're out there helping people, it's positive work, but you could leave pieces of you and they can live off of that for a while. It's like an octopus. You have cords out there connected to up to eight people at a time. You never know. Simple person at the grocery store, you created a cord when you decided you wanted to help this person in that second. Okay, it could be the littlest thing and it was positive. And it's not negative that your spirit's out there helping, but you do need to recall, you do need to acknowledge that this feeling is not yours, and someone could be out there with you driving the bus, and you just need to recall. This person, they don't, and it's not saying you're calling it back out of spite or they're gonna get hurt. It's just, you can't let other people live on you all the time. You help them in that moment, and from now on, if you want, what you can say is, hey, remember to call your energy back every time you help someone. Go hand that out to people. Go start like helping people, you know, in a real way. I always tell people, like, for some reason, okay, you know what, I don't know, I know for what reason, but whenever I go out in public, a clerk, they decide to have a whole conversation with me and they just offload for 15 minutes. There's a lineup and I'm like, they really need this, and it's okay. And I'll say in the back of my head, like, the lineup can wait. They can see too that she's in distress and she's having a rough day. And something I always leave with them when I go is, remember to call your energy back and send anything that doesn't belong to you. This is a powerful exercise. I do it all the time, especially when I work in customer service. If you want, you can do that for people. This was just an intuitive message because I noticed that I was feeling this way, and spirit usually will show you, me, they'll show us things that we need to communicate or learn from or understand. Does that make sense? Whoever needed to hear this, that's probably why you're tired. Sometimes it's not spell work, sometimes it could be, but you're protected enough where it won't touch you to the point where you're sleepy in bed for days, right? And if it does hit you, you're just tired. You're tired, or you feel groggy in the head, and it's easy to fix that. It's very easy to fix that. Go to my I'll throw in an energy recalling mantra down in the comments, okay, if you are feeling tired and need to rejuvenate. Okay, so let's get to, I'm gonna also put the time for when the actual video starts. So what I want to talk about today, what happens when you start healing? Why does it feel negative? Sometimes when we start calling our energy back without saying transmuted into love, transmute all my energy into love and bring it back to me, you can be calling back parts of you that were abused, parts of you that abused others with words and stuff, you know? Something that's big about energy is I don't fuck with witchcraft. I really try to dismantle it too in my sessions. I get rid of it for people. I don't like it. I don't think it's fun to talk about being a witch and doing witchcraft, because you can go ahead and do spells for money, but if it's not meant for you because you're not healed inside and you're still saying shitty things about people and joking about hexing people, you're never gonna get the spells that you do. This is something big that I want to talk about. Your spells are never actually going to come to fruition when you're out there saying, I'm going to hex my ex. That's, Lord forgive me, that's really unhealthy. And God does, he, spirit, universe, Allah, creator, grandfathers, they are the pushers behind these spells, okay? Spells can be chants, words. Me, I always say money comes to me easy. My children are on their way to me. My life is balancing out. Everyone around me is healing and full of love. Those are my spells. That's how I do it. I don't wish ill upon anyone. And if I feel hateful energy, I don't think something evil about them, because thought, word is power. And that's the problem with the world today. Facebook makes it, and Instagram. I keep burping, I'm sorry. But Facebook and Instagram and just all forms of social media, they make it so easy for people with, excuse my lack for better words, but people with small narrative thought. It makes it easy for them to go and put those words out there, making fun of celebrities and making fun of someone who has a drug addiction because of stuff that's happened in their past that nobody knows about and nobody has any right about. Like a big one, Demi Lovato. Everyone makes fun of her, and it's like, holy fuck, you guys don't even know what happened to her. She was touched as a little girl and like fucked right up, you know? And now she's struggling in the public eye and everyone's just making fun of her. I don't believe she's gonna change. Who the fuck owes it to this little stranger on the internet, you know? This is what I want you to remember as you're healing. That's why I'm getting into this. As you start healing, you might start attracting, what's a good way to explain this? Attention. You're healing the shadow, the darkness, the parts of you that pushed people away. All of a sudden, you're doing better. You're balancing out. You have positive things to say to people. And the people who don't even like you are starting to pay attention to you. And in what way, we don't know, and it doesn't matter. That's the biggest thing here. When you start to heal, it doesn't matter that people are paying attention to you. These are now like, you know how that saying is when it's like I go 10 steps or 2 steps forward and I go 10 steps back. That's because you just elevated. You just leveled up. And it's not a test. It's not a test because you already passed. I just want you to know this. You already passed, and you need to stop doubting that you're not there. You're there. That's why this is happening. I want you to look at this. Okay. These are the cords attached to everything that is down here. Okay? As you go up, you got this weight. It's up to you to hold on to it. These people, these things that aren't yours. Can you let go though? These are cords. Look at, no more weight. You can go further. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the gossip. This is the gossip. These are the energies trying to latch onto you, make you feel like you need to stay down where they thought you fit perfectly. But the funny thing is, as you heal, you'll notice that people are trying to diminish and degrade and belittle and reminisce about the way you used to be and the things you used to do. You know, I'm gonna say this. I think felons, celebrities with broken lives, addictions, people battling sobriety, I feel like they have the most fucking wisdom, the most protection and everything, because it's all public. Their names are on public records. Like everything, all the people on the dirty, they're being shamed to shit, and nobody really, there are some people who actually kind of deserve to be on there, but there's people who just are not doormats anymore, who don't want to sleep with people that they don't want to sleep with, who were used to the point where it's like, I'm gonna help you. Oh, you don't want to do this for me anymore? Yeah, I'm gonna go tell everyone everything I ever did for you. Posted. There's situations like that. We don't know actually what's going on. And people who are not spiteful like that, people who don't have the want to hurt others, it looks bad. And that's how it's gonna look for you guys. It looks bad. That's what happens with healing. You call back all of your energy and you decide to start taking care of yourself, realizing that you are kind of important, aren't you? Like, you're healing your mental health. It feels so much better when you're not doing for others that would never do for you. Let's be honest. these people are waiting for you to glow up so they can live on it too. I know that sounds weird, but all my family members, they all like loved talking to me when I was doing good with money. My dad's side anyway. And I had like one family member, she was so irritating. All she talk about is me winning the lottery and stuff. And it's like, I know for a fact Spirit isn't giving me that win with you in my life because I would hear her on the phone saying bad things about me behind my back, but then coming to my face and be like, you're my good luck charm. That's what these people are like. Them wanting to feel shitty about you is because they know what you carry. That was a big sign for me. I asked my dad, Spirit, everyone to show me, like, what is the purpose for her behaving this way? And then all of a sudden, one week, all she talked about was how much money I was going to win and how much I was going to change the world with my money. And I was like, okay, I see what's going on. And you know, Spirit will stagnate you. Spirit will make you sleepy. Spirit will stop your money. Spirit will push these people out of your life in the most dramatic way where it hurts you so much because you're healing and you need to get away from these people. That's straight up. You need to get away from these people. That's what happens with healing. You get sick around people who don't want you to do good without them. You get really sick, car accidents, bills out of nowhere, arguments with your partner, and these people are encouraging these arguments. They're saying negative things to make you insecure, right? It's because they want to keep you where they're at. And it's not talking shit about these people, it's actually the truth. If they would realize what they embody, the anchors they carry to wherever their shadows are, that deep dark part of the ocean where you can't get any fresh air, there's not even any other fish around because of the darkness, the coldness, the loneliness, the deep sorrow that they have to try and get out of. You can't stay there. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna notice, and you know, it's not always that there's spell work when you feel this way. It's just you're going to get sick around people you can no longer be around. That's the biggest thing. That's why you got to call your energy back blessed, loved, and turned into positivity. And every morning you wake up, if you wake up thinking negatively, like, oh, the people in the past are talking about me. Oh, what are they saying about me? Why did they do this to me? Wash it. Wash your mind the second you wake up. This is something you really need to start practicing. As you heal, you need to wash your mentality, wash your spirit. Cleanse your house. Envision white light washing and flushing the house, just like a big, large white light of toilet, you know, toilet water, but clean water, you know what I mean? Well, it's clean, but you know. This is just an intuitive message. I'm kind of rambling, but this is what happened. I don't like structured videos. I can't do them. My ADD will not allow it. So you gotta just flow with me, guys. But, one second. You know, it takes a lot for people to keep moving forward when they start healing and people start falling off. I'm gonna say this, it's a trigger warning, guys. A lot of people get suicidal. I notice when people I really wanted to keep in my life were starting to shit on me and make me feel bad for changing. Like, I no longer wanted to give them car rides. I no longer wanted to pay for everything every time we went into a store. It was so frustrating. And then when you decide to stop doing that, all of a sudden you're going to meet another form of manipulator who wants to pay for everything and do this and take care of you. But the second you stop listening to their advice, you stop walking in their shadow and making them feel like this leader when you know they're not in a great mentality because you're healing and you can see a manipulator, they're gonna shit on you and they're gonna rub it in your face that they helped you. This is what happens with healing, guys. This is not a negative video. This is a video to remind you that you're doing nothing wrong. You're doing nothing wrong because you're not depressed anymore, because you don't need anyone's help anymore. And you know, they might make you feel like you need help still. People might still tell you, you're not in a good place right now, but I'm so excited for when you are. How backhanded is that? How many times have you heard that from people? You got to get away from these people. And you need to trust divine. The second you decide, I don't need this. I don't need to feel shitty about myself anymore. All of a sudden, bam, you get $10,000, like a loan or something that you thought you'd never get approved of, or your treaty gets approved, or your student loan goes through and it's more than you expected. You guys need to start having more blind faith in yourself, because it's not these people that are supporting you. They're kind of just gatekeeping, you know? Nobody who knows your past. There are people who actually are good-hearted and see your path, but those people who remind you that you're a little bit lost, remind you that you're struggling, you need to start facing the reality about them as you heal. Are they saying this because it's helpful to you, or does it make you feel shitty? Do you feel confused every time someone hands you helpful advice or they're there for you? Or do you find yourself feeling conflicted because you're tired of feeling like the loser in the group? You know? I just want to give you your power back. I know how fucking exhausting it is, like, being the scapegoat for people. Oh yeah, I'm not doing good. Thank you so much for taking care of me. They need you. Does that make sense? They need you. You don't need them. I walked away from everyone who was telling me, yeah, it's okay. I know, I understand that you're not doing so good. And all you're doing is like talking about something that hurt you a little bit. It's not fucking you up. But you're gonna have people who make you think that your tiniest issues are still a big problem. You're still a big problem, okay? Put forgiveness in your heart, call your energy back, start packing your shit, and get off that bus. Because you're really just the fuel for these people. You honestly are. When you're in this stage of healing, becoming self-aware, claiming who you are, knowing that you are not a desperate loser like they make you feel. How empowering is that? I don't know. I noticed when I started just feeling myself and removing people, and you know, it's never gonna end well. I'm just gonna tell you that. They're always gonna make you look like the fucking loser, especially to people who have the same mentality around them. But let me tell you something. We're in the day and age where we broke the cycle of gossip. We broke the cycle of slander. Anyone who's still doing it, you gotta ask, what's the motive for this? Did they hurt you in some way? Do they know something about you? Do they know something about you and that's why you're slandering them? I always think that now. Change your mindset from shame to it doesn't matter. You can't control what other people do in the end of the day, but you can control what you do and what you feel. And in your healing, that's the most important thing, is controlling your mentality, your mental health, and your path. You cannot live for people anymore. It's so hard not being the doormat. It's so hard walking away when they have everything you want and think you need actually. But it's like, that's not me. That's not meant for me. You know? Unclench your jaw, rest your shoulders, and take some deep breaths. And go listen. I'm going to put Reiki to heal evil eye and recover your energy right in the description box, and also an energy cleansing mantra in there. Screenshot that and listen to that at the same time. Recoup your energy more often than not, because you are a healing spirit and you don't even realize. You know how I talked about that bit where your spirit is like an octopus out there healing people? You're still doing this for the people who think you aren't doing good. When you let people decide that you are not doing good, you're helping them. That's the bottom line. You're helping them. You're doing nothing for yourself in listening to the unsolicited advice, in listening to all of their issues where they're the victim, but then you talk about yours and they remind you that you're a victim, that you're not doing good. Meanwhile, you're uplifting them. Does that make sense? Pay attention to your interactions, because Spirit's being really obvious right now, and a lot of us are just not seeing it because we really love these people. It's okay to love them from afar, but you got to close that door. You got to cut the cord. You have to start living for yourself, because you're feeding a lot of people right now. I keep saying this, but literally, you're a bird feed for lower vibrations. Okay? And it's not saying that they're going to be like this forever. Let's remind ourselves of this. These people aren't going to be like this forever. Who knows? They might get worse. Who knows? It doesn't fucking matter though. What matters is when you get better, these people eventually down the road, they're going to be given the same obstacles you were. Don't let them come back into your life when they hit that same obstacle though, because that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna hit the same obstacle, they're gonna come back saying they understand, they're going through it, and you're gonna become a bird feeder again. This is literally for the birds. You need to go on your own path. You've dealt with this shit. You don't need to take on someone else's karma by letting them think their unsolicited advice is for you. Their advice is for themselves and they just can't see it. Everything they're saying and speaking, they need to live by. Spirit does not walk around giving God's information to people to go and spread, and they're not even healthy themselves. They're talking about people themselves, you know what I mean? Even me. Like, there's people who try and like mock me and say I'm pretending to be God. Actually, I'm just going through it the exact same way you guys are. And I have some really helpful tidbits to stop people from feeling like fucking losers and like they're losing their mind. Okay? There's no shame in sharing tidbits when people ask you. And when you know someone's struggling. There's no shame. But if you're walking around on your high horse thinking that you got this and you're just reminding everyone else that they need help, that is not it. That's not a healer. And someone, I just want to tell you, someone who keeps reminding you how psychic and intuitive and protected they are, they embody fear. So if you're doing this, just know that it's only because you're carrying other people's energy. Some people are not going to acknowledge that. Some people are going to say, I'm too powerful. I'm too powerful. Well, you know, spirit still feels energy. Subconsciously, if you carry fear and you're reminding people, kind of like the big bully in the playground, right? It's got to be loud to make people fear you, but in this day and age, it doesn't work. I really hope this helps someone. I'm going to get off now because I do kind of want to make a tarot video later. But yeah, comment and let me know how you're feeling, or if there's anything I missed, anything you're curious about. If I sparked a question, let me know, guys. I love all of you. Bye.